Have you ever wondered why he reaches climax but then seems distant afterward? Most women never ask this because society teaches us that once he orgasms, the job is done. But deep down, haven't you felt something was missing? He moans, he finishes, maybe even smiles, but then silence. His energy drifts away while you lie there still warm and glowing, wondering if it was enough. Did you truly satisfy him, or were you just a stop along the way to sleep? I used to think that was normal, that my role ended once he came. But not anymore. What if I told you there's a type of orgasm that doesn't just make a man collapse, but makes him collapse into you? An orgasm so powerful that he holds you, searches your eyes, and whispers your name like he's discovering something sacred. Here's the key. It's not about extreme flexibility, wild moves, or anything out of a porn scene. It's about knowing the positions that transform his physical release into emotional obsession. Tonight, I'll share the first key. Just one for now, because we're going deep. By the end of this, you won't just know the position to try. You'll understand why it works, how it affects the male mind like a drug, and how to leave a lasting impression no other woman can. If you've ever wanted to be unforgettable, not just good or fun, but the kind of lover who lingers in his thoughts for days, stay with me. Picture this. He's lying back, breath caught, pupils dilated. You climb on top, but not facing him. You turn around, arch your back, letting your hair cascade over your shoulders. You're in full control now. This is reverse cowgirl, but not the rushed, bouncy version from teenage fantasies. This is deliberate, a slow burn. Your hips roll like waves, each movement purposeful. Every pause, every motion sends a clear signal. His hands find your thighs, attempting to guide you, but you resist. For now, you're showing him that pleasure isn't just an explosion. It's tension, anticipation, and control. It's all about anticipation. It lingers at the edge, building until his body is pleading for release. Here's what many women overlook. Men are not just visual, they are wired for both dominance and surrender. When you take the reverse cowgirl position, facing away, you offer him both the performance and the vulnerability. He can't see your expression, so every breath, every sigh, every subtle movement becomes a mystery. That very mystery acts like a magnet for his attention. He may think he's watching you, but in reality, he's the one being undone. Shift. Your posture, lean forward, hold his knees, change the angle, and he suddenly feels everything more intensely. Then ease back just slightly, enough to make him notice the absence, enough to have him clutch your hips instinctively. At that moment, he realizes he's not in control. You are. That is what makes the experience unforgettable. Ask yourself, when was the last time you truly felt like a goddess in bed? Not just performing, but owning the space. Done correctly, reverse cowgirl is more than a position. It's a stage, a slow-motion seduction. Here's the key. This position returns the power to you. You control depth, speed, and angle. You ride for your pleasure while offering him a view that unsettles his mind. And there's a twist most women don't recognize. It changes everything. Reverse cowgirl isn't just about what he sees, it's about what he feels when he can't anticipate your moves. Shift your rhythm, grind, then pause. Tilt just right, and he struggles to maintain the last shred of control. That unpredictability drives him wild. It's not just the climax, it's the anticipation, the tension, the rise to the edge before pulling back. That is true seduction. Combine that with your stance, your control, and the visual impact. You create a perfect mix: psychological surrender, visual intensity, and physical obsession. Picture him trembling beneath you, chest heaving, hands shaking. He's not just near the edge, he's on the brink of being undone. When you finally ride him deeply, fully, and with intensity, his release won't just be an orgasm, it will be total collapse. He'll fall into you as though struck by something sacred. In that moment, your name will become more than a sound. It will be a whisper he repeats over and over without knowing why it feels so right. And that's just the beginning. Next, we'll explore how to take him from surrender to being claimed. Some climaxes are gentle, others are intense, and the position I'll show next, doggy style, delivers both. This is why it has been etched into the male psyche since his earliest fantasies. It's not just the curve of your back or the movement. It's what it unlocks in him, instinct, desire, and raw animal energy. But here's where most women get it wrong. They assume that this position gives him all the power. They let him take the lead, let him thrust, let him chase his pleasure. Sure, that works for a quick release, but it doesn't create the kind of memory that lingers, or the kind that leaves his body craving more days later. Want to change the dynamic? Then take control in doggy style. Here you hold more power than he does, because the one who sets the pace controls the pleasure. When you respond to him, grinding in small circles, tightening around him mid-thrust, you don't just take his breath away, you challenge his focus. Picture this, you're on all fours, back arched, skin glowing, legs wide. He enters you fully, groaning as the angle hits every spot. But instead of staying passive, you push back just enough, slow, deliberate, controlled. His hands grip your hips tighter, trying to maintain control, but you're already leading. You shift, drop to your elbows, and the angle changes. His moan turns into a growl. You whisper something teasing into the pillow. His rhythm stutters. He wasn't ready for that. He pulls your hair. You arch more. Every movement he watches draws him deeper. He's not just inside you. He's consumed, obsessed. In doggy style, when you mix rawness with rhythm and control, you don't simply provide sex. You awaken something primal in him. That part of him responds intensely, making his orgasm feel not just pleasurable but overwhelming, as if every boundary, every thought, every control has dissolved. And here's the key. After this, he doesn't just collapse. With your moans in his ear, your body moving with his, your voice urging him on, he reveres you. You haven't just given pleasure. You've created a safe space for his rawness, and that contrast is what etches your image into his mind. But it doesn't end there. There's a position so spontaneous, so impulsive, it short-circuits his logic entirely. It's not about comfort, it's about adrenaline, desire, the unexpected, and it's one most women haven't fully explored. Imagine catching him at the edge of control, somewhere unexpected. Perhaps it's the kitchen, the hallway, or even while half-dressed. That sudden tension, that silent pull, when you step back, press against a wall, lock eyes, you unleash the standing surprise. This position doesn't ask permission, it commands it. Its power lies in urgency and raw intensity. When a man senses that kind of desire from you, seen in your eyes, felt in your breath, his body reacts instinctively. Men are wired to respond to genuine, reckless desire, the kind that doesn't pause, doesn't hesitate, and demands to be acted upon. The kind that pulls him so completely into the moment that he forgets everything else. Picture this. You're back against the wall, your hands resting on his shoulders. He lifts your leg, moves closer, and suddenly your bodies are so near you can feel his heartbeat through his chest. There's no rhythm yet, only raw instinct. His breath brushes against your neck, your moan is low, urgent, resonating against his lips. In that instant he isn't thinking, he's feeling. The surprise of being upright strips away routine, comfort, even control. What remains is pure desire. But here's a secret most women overlook. When you're vertical, you direct the angle, depth, and pressure. Every movement of your hips creates a new sensation. Every sound you make in his ear isn't just noise, it's fuel. He tightens his hold, moves with more intensity. And the deeper he goes, the more you guide it. Through your breath, your body, your need. That's the magic. When urgency is mutual, when your voice shakes as you whisper, "Don't stop," something changes. This isn't just about release, it becomes survival. He feels he must make you reach climax. That confirmation, that you crave him as much as he craves you, makes his experience far more intense. Now consider the setting. You're not in bed. You're somewhere unexpected, somewhere private yet risky. That edge, the danger, heightens every sense. Every movement feels sharper, every second more stolen, every breath more precious. When he finally reaches the peak, his body trembles, his knees buckle, his head drops onto your shoulder. It's messy, raw, almost violent, but that's because it's more than physical. It's an adrenaline rush, and the aftermath is just as intense. Silence falls. Faces are close, breaths tangled. He doesn't pull away. He stays, holding you. Because the standing surprise isn't just about sex, it's chemistry, adrenaline, an imprint. Every time he passes that hallway, counter or stairwell, he'll remember you like a fire he can't escape. But maybe you're wondering, what if you want something different? What if the goal isn't chaos or intensity, but connection? To meet his gaze while his body trembles, to have him finish and cling to you like he never wants to let go. That isn't fantasy. It's entirely possible. It all begins with a position so intimate, so still, that many women underestimate its power entirely. Once mastered, the memory of it stays with him forever. It doesn't start with motion. It begins with stillness. He may be sitting with his legs folded, either on the bed or the floor. You step over him, straddle and settle in. Your thighs wrap around his hips, your chest against his, and for a moment nothing moves. Just breath, just heartbeat, just the warmth of two bodies poised to merge. This is the lotus. It's not merely a position, it's a surrender. Not the wild kind, but the quiet kind that makes him forget the world outside. You move slowly onto him deeply. His reaction isn't from force, but from the totality of your presence. There is no space between you, no distractions, no performance, just being together. And in that shared stillness, something shifts. He can feel your heartbeat, hear your breath, and take in your face. This isn't about lust, it's about immersion. Your movements aren't fast or rough. They are a rhythm of rolling, pulsing, tightening, synchronized with a music only your bodies can hear. Eye contact never breaks. You show him your pleasure, letting him see it grow, deepen, and intensify. You kiss his jaw, whisper softly, maybe something intimate, delicate, yet thrilling. He holds you closer, hands on your waist, back or hair. Every nerve in his body is focused on you alone. Here, the dynamic intensifies. While he is completely engaged, you remain in control. You decide the angle, speed, and pressure. You can move slowly to prolong the experience, or tighten to draw him closer. Kiss him deeply, then pull back, watching his eyes plead silently for more. It's a slow, deliberate seduction, a spiritual connection, a physical act that feels like touching souls. The climax is not explosive, it's inward, folding him in, opening him up, and making him call your name as if it's the only word he knows. His body responds not with raw lust, but emotional release. His arms tighten around you, breath catches, lips explore your neck, collarbone, and shoulders. It transcends sex, it becomes reverence. In this moment, he doesn't just feel satisfied, he feels truly seen. This is what makes the lotus unforgettable. It transforms climax into connection, desire into devotion, and finishing into feeling. Now you know 4 positions, 4 emotional triggers, 4 keys to unlock the male body and mind. Reverse cowgirl, where fantasy meets control. Doggy style, where primal desire becomes surrender. A moment of surprise, where urgency and intensity meet focus. And intimacy becomes a deep, soul-rooted pleasure. Many women offer sex, but women who understand these positions, who know how to move, tease, and own their presence, deliver experiences. These experiences linger in his memory. They awaken his senses and reshape the way he desires you. Here's the truth. A man may forget the night, the surroundings, or even the sounds, but he will never forget the woman who made him feel something unique. The woman who made intimacy feel like trust, connection, and fire all at once. When that happens, you don't just become a lover. You become the lover, the standard by which all others are measured. The reason he turns off the lights and thinks of you. The name he whispers when no one else is around. That kind of power, that unforgettable presence is yours. Here's the challenge. Don't just have sex tonight. Don't follow routine. Choose one position, just one, and immerse yourself fully. Not just your body, but your presence, intention, and mystery. Observe what happens. Notice how he looks at you afterward. How he holds you like he never wants to let go. The moment you shift from giving release to offering reverence. He stops seeing you as just a woman and begins seeing you as the woman. Now, make him remember you with every experience, every time.